So we've got a question here from my Alchemy coaching program. If you would like to join that program, there'll be a link in the description where you can get the Alchemy energy reading and the manifestation diagnosis session. Very, very powerful program. It's changing people's lives. So the question here today is the main challenge I have in life is executing tasks on a timely basis. You may call it ace at procrastination, being an ace at procrastination. I will leave a job until the very last minute, and even if I consciously start it in good time, I will find a way to self-sabotage the process so that I'm against the clock to complete it. Okay, so what I'm hearing there is you only take action when there's urgency, when you feel like your back's against the wall. This is because you only take action based on fear, okay? Which means you have a poor association to pleasure. You have a poor association to accomplishment. You have a poor association to getting stuff done. You have a poor association to success, okay? Because people who don't wait until the last minute, right? They know there's a pleasurable outcome to getting that job, task, project done. There's something good to come from it. Achievement, success, progress, finances, whatever it is, right? And so it may be that your dopamine's a bit low and you don't feel a sense of reward. And if you don't feel any reward at all, right, your dopamine's probably really low. That's something that you can look into and do research on. But the urgency, you are motivated by pain. You are motivated by your back being against the wall. I gotta get it done now, otherwise here's the consequences. All right. And so that feeling gets you to do stuff. It gets you going, right? Because you've got a deadline. You've got a deadline there. Okay. And so I do find a lot of people have this challenge because they've been trained their whole life to get their homework done at a certain time, to get this complete at a certain time, but you don't even know why. You're a young kid, right? And you're going to school and you're getting these grades and all this stuff, but you don't actually know why. You don't know why you're doing all this stuff. You don't really cognitively know, oh, when I'm 25 or 30 or 35, it will allow me to have this job. Very few people get to that space at a young age, that this is going to lead to me being successful in life. For me personally, I didn't get it. It didn't make any sense to me why I'm doing this homework. It doesn't make any sense. I'm just doing it to do it because I'm supposed to go to school. I'm supposed to get an education. So a lot of our brains have been conditioned to follow the rules, follow the rules. And if I don't complete my homework, then my teacher's gonna give me detention, which is a discipline. And I don't want to go to detention. I don't want people to shout at me. I don't want my mom to be upset. So you're doing it out of fear. But your mom being upset, your father being upset, your teacher being upset, you could get detention. You look bad in front of the classroom. And so now you're taking action based on pain when you don't genuinely want to do it for you. You're doing it for other people and what other people think of you. So now you're trapped in the system of taking action based on fear, taking action based on pain. And so what you have to do is you have to reassociate yourself to taking action based on pleasure. So for me, I'm making this video right now is because I know it's going to help you. I'm doing it for me because I get to contribute and I get to follow my mission and I get to help people. And sometimes I'll make money from it, right? But there's a pleasurable reason. There's no pain. If I live my life based on pain, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. There's a certain point where you have to switch your mindset to having the pleasure association. So basically, for these tasks, you got to find your why. You got to find why you're doing it. Are you doing it for someone else? Or are you doing it genuinely for you? And what do you genuinely want to do for you? Is the things that you're leaving to the last minute genuinely for you? And do you really want to do it? That's what you got to ask yourself. Do you genuinely want to do it? Now, when it comes to procrastination, sometimes it's internal and subconscious programs and stuff like that. And as you know, with the program, it helps you shift this stuff. And so you should be shifting this stuff. All right. But also it can be environment too, the people that you're surrounded by. I was just speaking to my friend yesterday, and he was speaking about how he can't be creative. He's a video editor, and he's a videographer, and he does all this stuff, right? But he said he can't be creative in the environment that he's living in right now. He just can't do it. And his parents and stuff don't understand. And when I sent him a message basically explaining, I feel the same way too. I need to be in a certain space to do these videos, certain energy to do these videos, and to be creative. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes environment affects you a lot. And so sometimes people have writer's block, or they don't know what video to create and they get stuck or whatever it is. But when they go in the shower, or for me, I remember one time when I went out to a restaurant, I just went out to go eat. I hadn't done anything. I was indoors and wasn't doing much, and I was bored with life and whatever it is. And then I literally just went to a cafe. I just literally went to a cafe, and I was just sitting there, and boom, like I had this idea, and the idea actually turned into a 5-figure sum. Okay, so this is what we got to be aware of. Okay, so I'm just going to finish a question here. I just cannot focus on getting things done. I'll find everything to do apart from what I set out to do. Yeah. As a result, I will have loads of partial complete projects. Now, here's the thing, okay? You just said I will find everything to do apart from what I set out to do. Now, this is a little bit complicated, but sometimes when we tell ourselves to do something, it's like this authority figure, again, your teacher, your mother, right? Your father, people telling you, hey, you need to go to school, you need to do this, you need to do this, that, right? You don't like that. That's why you're procrastinating. You're telling yourself, I need to do this project. Okay, so your ego is telling your ego that you need to do this stuff, right? You need to take action, right? And that's another authority figure. And you're like, yeah, I'm gonna set this out, but you know there's a part of you that doesn't want to do it, you know? And so that part of you that doesn't want to do it, that's the part of you need to work with and talk to and communicate with. Because if it is something that's pleasurable to you, if it is something that you like, if it is something that's meaningful, then that part of you is always going to be a weight holding you back because you don't like telling yourself that you're going to do something. And so these days, I don't tell myself I'm going to do anything. You know, I just do, right? I just write it down. I just do. I'm not telling myself I'm going to do it, you know, because it can create conflict with the ego. And so you said, as a result, I have loads of partially complete projects. Also, we have to understand that, you know, things like the phone, dopamine, all of this stuff, it's easier to get information and, you know, get dopamine releases through going on social media, laughing, looking at these posts, than it is to complete a whole project. And so social media actually shortens it lowers our work ethic. It makes us more lazy, because if you're waking up and you go on your phone and then you're browsing through social media, you're releasing a bunch of dopamine. And as you release that dopamine, right, your mind's thinking, oh, I get reward easy, right? Dopamine is your reward neurotransmitter. And so if you get reward without doing any work, now your mind thinks, I don't need to work in order to get a reward. All right, so you've got to be very careful of that and only reward yourself for taking action, okay? And those with kids, reward your kids for taking action. Don't reward them for doing nothing. It messes with the brain, all right? So it's been this way all my life. There you go. Like I said, from your childhood, from going to school, all this stuff, it conditions you to be that way. I've done and invested in various time management courses only to not complete the work. Me too. I bought time management courses, productivity courses, this procrastination hypnosis, this procrastination course program. I even flew out to go to Tony Robbins' seminar in New York just to get rid of my procrastination. All right, by myself. That was the first time I traveled by myself. And it didn't get rid of the procrastination. So everything I'm telling you right now is what, you know, I had chronic procrastination, and I know how to I got rid of it. You know, I got rid of it, even to the point where I was struggling to make YouTube videos, even though a part of me knew that I loved it. I love doing this work, but there's a part of me holding me back from doing it. Why? Dopamine. Why? Pain pleasure principle, meaning, I didn't have this, I couldn't access my pleasurable feelings for accomplishing things, for getting stuff done, for being productive, right? I was only getting stuff done based on pain, and so what would happen is I would manifest a large sum of income, and then I would use it. I would relax, get complacent, use all the money. And when the money was getting low, boom, taking more action. Why? Because the money's getting low. There's a pain association, right? And so I had to get rid of programs like that. And I had to shift myself to being more pleasure orientated in terms of taking action. Does that make sense? So I hope you enjoyed that question or the answer, sorry. And hopefully it's useful to you, but you need to do the shifts. You need to do reprogramming work within the program. Hey beloved, this clip was taken from the Alchemy Coaching Program, where I keep people accountable in achieving their goals, achieving their dreams, and shifting their reality. If you feel like you need support and you want to transform your life, you want to manifest those desires in money, health, wealth, and abundance, financial freedom, making the business successful, then click the link in the description to get the Manifestation Accountability Coaching Consultation. I'm looking forward to welcoming you to the tribe and transforming your life.